Thank you very much. All the writers tonight, as I've already mentioned, have written a bunch of songs, but we have showed special favors to some of them for obvious reasons and let them do several, but the rest of us are instructed to just do one. You're walking along the street, or you're at a party, or else you're alone, and then you suddenly dig. You're looking in someone's eyes, suddenly you realize this could be the start of something big. You're lunching at 21, watching your diet, declining a Charlotte Russe, accepting a fig, when all of a sudden you look up and there's someone new. This could be the start of something big. There's no controlling the unrolling of your fate, my friend. Who knows what's written in the magic book? So when a lover you discover at the gate, my friend, invite her in without a second look. You're up in an aeroplane, or dining at Sardi's, or lying at Malibu, alone on the sand. You suddenly hear a bell, and right away you can tell this could be the heart of something. This could be a part of something. This could be the start of something grand. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of hand signals going on tonight because we've never done this show before. Mike, give me a little noodling, unless you would prefer to tinkle. It doesn't matter that much. Incidentally, I'd like to acknowledge the gifted gentlemen who are providing the music. Mike Renzi, of course, you already know about. And making Mike and all the rest of us sound even better are at the drums, Mr. Grady Tate. And the bass player, Mr. Victor Gaskin. And on the guitar, Rodney Jones. A couple of minutes ago during the intermission, somebody came back and said to me, ridiculous, but they actually said, boy, what a great show you're putting together. I put nothing together. I didn't even put my tie on straight. This show was put together by Mr. William Harback. There's a connection between lyrics and poetry. Now, everyone knows that lyrics are meant to be sung, that's obvious, and sometimes without their melodies, they just don't sound the same as they do with them. It's obvious to a certain extent. If you ask the average person to name his or her favorite poetry, they tend to refer to something a century, 200, 300, 400 years old. I think the reason for that is that many of the young people who in past ages would have been creating poetry for our time are busy writing the lyrics of popular songs. Now we know that in any age, even in the golden age that we've been drawing from tonight, most popular songs were not that great. We're showing you the cream of the crop this evening. So it's not all unusual that not every song is magnificent. But I feel that sometimes if you look into these lyrics and forget the melody, as I say, you can sometimes find true profundity, philosophical depth, beauty, even inspiration. I'm going to recite one of the biggest hits of the recent years now, done originally by a great artist, Donna Summer, recorded by her. And you perhaps never listened to these thoughts before because the music was so exciting. Mike, if I may have a little something dignified. Sitting here eating my heart out, waiting for some lover to call. Dialed about 1,000 numbers lately, almost rang the phone off the wall. Looking for some hot stuff, baby, this evening. I need some hot stuff, baby. Tonight, I want some hot stuff, baby, this evening. Gotta have some hot stuff. Gotta have some hot love tonight. I need hot stuff. I want hot stuff. Give me some hot stuff. Looking for a lover who needs another. Don't want another night on my own. Want to share my love with a warm-blooded lover. Want to bring a wild man back home. Because I gotta have some hot stuff. I need some hot stuff. I want some hot stuff. This evening. Gotta have some hot lovin' tonight. Yeah. Hot, hot, hot stuff. Stuff, stuff, stuff. How about some hot stuff, baby? I need some hot stuff. I'm looking for some hot stuff. I got to have some hot stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want some hot stuff this evening. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hot stuff, baby, tonight. Now, don't tell me they don't write inspiring lyrics anymore. But the point of that little silly routine has nothing to do with today's hits or rock music. I've been doing that bit since 1943, and you didn't have too much rock and pop then. And if you go back to the 30s, we had strange lyrics such as Mersey Dotes and the 380 Fishes and an Itty Bitty Pooh. You can go back to the beginning of the century. Ta-ra-ra boom da was not exactly the Gettysburg Address either, you know. But now, our pop music of the 50s and 60s and the period after that has produced many newer blockbuster standards and many of our blockbuster writers as well. Their music has been heard on Broadway, in Hollywood, all over the airwaves, and all over the world. It's enormously influential. Here are some of the powerhouses of modern pop, leading off with Mr. George David Weiss.
Be wise, be smart, behave, my heart. Don't upset your cart when she's so close, too close for comfort, please, not again. Too close to know just when to say when. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? In the jungle, the quiet jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Ooh, him away. Ooh, him away. If I had to choose just one day to last my whole life through, darling, it would be that Sunday, the day that I found you. Darling, it would be when you smiled at me that way, that Sunday, that summer. Lullaby of birdland, that's what I always hear when you sigh. Never in my wordland could there be ways to reveal in a phrase how I feel. Have you ever heard two turtle doves, bill and coo, when they love? That's the kind of magic music we make with our lips when we kiss, kiss, kiss. I see trees of green and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
My name is Arthur Hamilton. Now you say you're lonely. You cry the long night through. Well, you can cry me a river. Cry me a river. I cried a river over you. Now you say you're sorry for being so untrue. Well, you can cry me a river. Cry me a river. I cried a river over you. You drove me, nearly drove me out of my head, while you never shed a tear. Remember, I remember all that you said. Told me love was too plebeian. Told me you were through with me, and now you say you love me. Well, just to prove you do, come on and cry me a river. Cry me a river. I cried a river over you.
Good evening. I'm Irvin Drake, and thank you. Thank you. You may regret that. And I'm about to practice for tonight. Signorina, tell me when. Tell me quando. Tell me when we'll meet again. Quando, tell me when. Al di là means you are far above me, very far, very far. Al di là, as distant as the lovely evening star. A roll-a-ree, tick. Oh, tickle, tickle, tock, the snickle, tickle. He's the cuckoo in the clock. And when he says cuckoo, he means it's time to woo. It's tickle time for all the lovers in the block. I heard them sing, come to the Mardi Gras. It was Rio in spring, time for Mardi Gras. I saw her there, confetti in her hair, swept along by the throng. 'Twasn't long till we met. When we kissed, my heart beat faster, faster than a castanet. Perdido, I look for my heart, it's perdido. I lost way down in Torito the day the fiesta started. A room without windows, a room without doors, a room where no guy but I can spy the charms that are yours. Like being marooned on an island far from civilized shores. You and me in a room without windows, a room without doors. When I was 17, it was a very good year. It was a very good year for small-town girls and soft summer nights. We'd hide from the lights on the village green when I was 17. Good morning, heartache. Here we go again. Good morning, heartache. You're the one who knew me when. Might as well get used to you hanging around. Good morning, heartache. Sit down. I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. I believe that somewhere in the darkest night, a candle glows. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky, then I know why I believe. Thank you.
My name is Marilyn Bergman. And I must be Alan Bergman.
And this
And
is
that's
Corky
Corky
Hale. There are a lot of people standing here tonight that you can't see. Our composer-collaborators, Lou Spence, Norman Luboff, Michelle Legrand, Neil Diamond, and Marvin Hamlisch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's take it nice and easy. It's gonna be so easy for us to fall in love. The problem now, of course, is to simply hold your horses. To rush would be a crime. 'Cause nice and easy does it every time. Thank you. Round like a circle in a spiral, like a wheel within a wheel, never ending or beginning on an ever-spinning reel, like a snowball down a mountain or a carnival balloon. like a carousel that's turning, running rings around the moon, like a clock whose hands are sweeping past the minutes of its face. And the world is like an apple whirling silently in space as the images unwind, like the circles that you find in the windmills of your mind. Yellow bird up high in banana tree. Yellow bird, you sit all alone like me.
You don't bring me flowers. You don't sing me love songs. I learned how to laugh and I learned how to cry. I learned how to love and I learned how to lie. So you think I could learn how to tell you goodbye. But you don't bring me flowers anymore.
That face, that face, that wonderful face. It shines, it glows all over the place. And how I love to watch it change expressions. Each look becomes the prize of my possessions. I love that face, that face. It just isn't fair. You must forgive the way that I stare, but never will these eyes behold a sight that could replace that face, that face, that face. What are you doing the rest of your life? North and south and east and west of your life. I have only one request of your life, that you spend it all with me. All the seasons and the times of your days, all the nickels and the dimes of your days. Let the reasons and the rhymes of your days all begin and end with me.
How do you keep the music playing? How do you make it last? How do you keep the song from fading too fast?
How do you lose yourself to someone and never lose your way? How do you not run out of new things to say?
If we can be the best of lovers, yet be the best of friends.
If we can try with every day to make it better as it grows.
With any luck, then I suppose
the music
never
ends. Memories light the corners of my mind. Misty watercolor memories of the way we were. Scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind. Smiles we gave to one another for the way we were.
Excuse me. One of the composers is not all that invisible. The composer of this song, Marvin Hamlisch, is here tonight. Marvin?
Marvin! Memories may be beautiful, and yet what's too painful to remember, we simply choose to forget. So it's the laughter we will remember whenever we remember the way we were, the way we were. Thank you.
I just want you to know that you have just heard something that I think only one other person in the world can say, and that is to say simply that that's the way we auditioned the song for Barbra Streisand. So welcome to the club. I sometimes think it's a little egotistical, in fact, for a composer to come out here, you know, and do, and then I wrote, and then I wrote. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know that I really should do that. I mean, God knows. On the other hand, oh, they're playing my song. Oh, yeah, they're playing my song. And when they're playing my song, everybody now, shh, shh, shh. Don't say a word now. Listen to that sweet melody. I'm happy to say, in my own humble way, every perfect note of that was written by me and Carol Sager. These are two songs now from a show that thankfully is still on Broadway, with lyrics by a wonderful lyricist, Ed Kleban.
The guy in the white jacket is Jerry Lieber.
He's right. The guy in the black jacket is Mike Stoller. I took my troubles down to Madame Ruth. You know that gypsy with the gold cap too. She's got a storefront at 34th and Vine, selling little bottles of love potion number 9.
Take out the papers and the trash. Oh, you don't get no spending cash if you don't scrub that kitchen floor. You ain't gonna rock and roll no more. Yakety yak.
Don't talk back. I can wash out 44 pairs of socks and have them hanging out on the line. I can starch and iron 2 dozen shirts for you can count from 1 to 9. I can scoop up a great big dipper full of lard from the drippings can. Go out in the skillet, go out and do my shop and be back for it melts in the pan. Cause I'm a woman, a W-O-M-A-N. I'll say it again.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. Oh, I won't be afraid, no, I won't be afraid, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, darling, won't you stand by me? Fee, fee, fi, fi, fo, fo, fum. I smell smoke in the auditorium. Charlie Brown, Charlie Brown, he's a clown. That Charlie Brown, he's gonna get caught. Just you wait and see.
Why is everybody always picking on me? There is a rose in Spanish Harlem, a red rose up in Spanish Harlem.
I'm going to Kansas City, here I come. They got a crazy way of loving there, and I'm gonna get me some.
They say the neon lights are bright on Broadway.
On Broadway.
They say there's always magic in the air.
On Broadway. But when you're walking down that street and you ain't had enough to eat,
The glitter rubs right off and you're nowhere.
on Broadway. Am I gonna find a child? You know, I will, 'cause I've been searching. Searching. My goodness, searching every which way, yeah. But I'm like that northwest mountain.
You know I'll bring her in someday. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. And then I fell in love with the most wonderful girl in the world. We'd take long walks down by the river or just sit for hours gazing into each other's eyes. We were so very much in love. And then one day, she went away. And I thought I'd die. But I didn't. And when I didn't, I said to myself, is that all there is to love? Is that all there is? Is that all there is? If that's all there is, my friends, then let's keep dancing. Let's break out the booze and have a ball. If that's all there is.
Good evening. I had the good fortune of being associated with a song that was recorded by Willie Nelson and Julio Iglesias. But tonight you're going to witness the debut of the original duo, the songwriters. I'm Albert Hammond, and the lyricist, Mr. Hal David. To all the girls I've loved before, traveled in and out my door, I'm glad they came along. I dedicate this song to all the girls I've loved before.
To all the girls I once caressed, and may I say I've held the best, for helping me to grow. I owe a lot, I know, to all the girls I've loved before. The winds of change are always blowing, and every time I try to stay, the winds of change continue blowing, and they just carry me away. To all the girls who shared my life, who now are someone else's wives, I'm glad they came along. I dedicate this song to all the girls I've loved before. To all the girls who cared for me, yeah, go ahead, and filled my nights with ecstasy. They live within my heart, that I'll always be a part of all the girls I've loved before. The winds of change are always blowing, and every time I try to stay, the winds of change continue blowing, and they just carry me away. To all the girls I've loved before, who traveled in and out my door, I'm glad they came along. I dedicate this song to all the girls I've loved before. Thank you, Albert.
Thank you. It's now my pleasure to call upon my collaborator for a song which I'm very pleased to say went to the top of the charts and was nominated for an Oscar last year, or this year, should I say. Nothing's going to stop us now, my very good, dear friend, Diane Warren.
Looking in your eyes, see a paradise. This world that I found is so good to be true. Standing here beside you, want so much to give you this love in my heart that I'm feeling for you.
Let them say we're crazy, I don't care about that. Put your hand in my hand, baby, don't ever look back. Let the world around us just fall apart. Baby, we can make it if we're hard to hard.
And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us.
All that I need is you. All that I ever need.
You
all that I want
to do is hold you forever, forever and ever.
And we can build this dream together,
Standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Thank you, Albert. This has been a really good year for me because of that song, and I'd like to play you the song that I guess kind of started it for me, a song called Rhythm of the Night that was a #1 hit by a group called DeBarge a couple years ago. When it feels like the world is on your shoulders and all of the madness has got you going crazy, it's time to get out, step out into the street where all of the action is right there at your feet. Well, I know a place where we can dance the whole night away underneath electric stars. Just come with me and we can shake your blues right away. You'll be doing fine once the music starts. Whoa, feel the beat of the rhythm of the night. Dance until the morning light. Forget about the worries on your mind. You can leave them all behind. Feel the beat of the rhythm of the night. Rhythm of the night. Look out on the street now, the party's just beginning, the music's playing, the celebration starting under the street lights. The scene is being set, a night for romance, a night you won't forget. So come join the fun, this ain't no time to be staying home. Ooh, there's too much going on. Tonight is gonna be a night like you never know. We're gonna have a good time the whole night long. Feel the beat of the rhythm of the night. Dance until the morning light. Feel the beat of the rhythm of the night. Rhythm of the night. Rhythm of the night. Thank you. Thanks.
I'm heartbroken I didn't write Stardust. But my name is Glenn Ballard, and I'm fortunate to have written this song with a lady who's not only a talented lyricist, but also a great singer. Introduce yourself.
I'm Saida Garrett. And we did this song for a guy, well, he was one of those Jackson brothers, wasn't he?
I believe so.
Michael, I think his name was. Yeah, and this song is entitled Man in the Mirror, and it goes something like this.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. It's gonna make a difference. I'm gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street, not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a worn man's soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, because they ain't got nowhere else to go. That's why I want you to know
I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make the change. Na 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 na. Oh yeah, been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize there are some with no home. Now the nickels alone, could it be, really be, pretending that they're not alone? Oh well, oh deeply sky, somebody's broken heart in a washed up dream. They follow the pattern of the wind you see, but they got nowhere to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. 'Cause I know message could have been clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make the change. I'm starting with that man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. With the man in the mirror, oh yeah, I'm asking to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change. Gotta get it right while you got the time. You can't close your mind. Starting with the man in the mirror. Won't you help me? I'm asking to change his way. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make the change. Yeah, 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 yeah. Say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wanna make a change. Feel real good. Come on. You got to make that change. No, I've got to make that change. Yeah, yeah. Make that change. We'll start today, right now with the man in the mirror. You know it, you know it, you know I've got to make that change. Yeah, yeah.
Hello, I'm Richard Kiley. Thank you. The American popular song comes in all shapes, forms, and styles, as we've seen tonight. But it wouldn't have gotten this far without the creative geniuses who paved the way for all other writers. The genius of Richard Rodgers, Oscar Hammerstein, Lawrence Hart, Howard Dietz, Arthur Schwartz, Harold Arlen, Jerome Kern, George and Ira Gershwin, Harry Warren, Cole Porter, Duke Ellington, and so many more. These are the giants upon whose shoulders we stand. How difficult it is to put into words all that they've given us. So I'll rely on the words of someone else, because he happens to be a renowned journalist and a Pulitzer Prize winner. His name is Carl Rowan. And in one of his more benign moments, he wrote a particular column which, in my opinion, goes straight to the heart of the subject at hand. And although he speaks about one songwriter here, he was no doubt thinking of all songwriters. He wrote, "Ask me how I'd prefer to judge a society. By its preachers and politicians, its authors or architects, no. I'd first take a look at the output of those who write its popular songs. In war or peace, hard times or good, it is the popular lyricist who tells us so much about the heart and soul of a nation. As a boy of 8 in Tennessee, wading barefoot in a creek looking under rocks for crawfish, I learned about the work ethic from Johnny Mercer. I truly believe that he was telling me something when I sang lines from his Lazy Bones. You'll never get your day's work done resting in the noonday sun. You'll never get your cornmeal made sleeping in the noonday shade. I was 15 and had suffered through at least one high school crush before Mercer wrote a beautiful lyric which taught me that romance is a risky situation where only fools rush in. Fools rush in where wise men never go, but wise men never fall in love, so how are they to know? But when I was 17, Johnny Mercer let me know that he wasn't really putting down romance. My heart pounded as I sat in the movie The Fleet's Inn. I've almost forgotten the stars of that Paramount hit, but I've never forgotten a single word of Mercer's simple but haunting lyric, I remember you. When my life is through and the angels ask me to recall the thrill of them all, then I'll tell them, I remember you. Someone is forever writing to ask me to list the 6 books that most influenced my life. Why don't they ever ask me to list the songs that most influenced me? I'm sure no songwriter, no book writer influenced me more than did Mercer, whose gloomy hero would, in 1943, tell the bartender that he was drinking to the end of a brief episode. Make it one for my baby and one more for the road. People often wonder whether novelists write autobiographies. I was asking that about Mercer when he wrote, "From Natchez to Mobile, from Memphis to St. Joe, wherever the 4 winds blow. I've been in some big towns. I heard me some big talk, but there is one thing I know. A woman's a two-face, a worrisome thing, will leave you to sing the blues in the night." And a lot of us learn from Mercer without paying Dale Carnegie a dime that you make things happen when you accentuate the positive. And how many millions of Americans must have kissed, loved, broken up, cried to those unpretentiously beautiful lyrics Mercer wrote about autumn leaves. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. It's almost incredible that from boyhood depression days in the early 70s, when I sang Lazy Bones, right up to these days when I delight in crooning Moon River, it has been Johnny Mercer psyching me up, making me a romantic, sending up warning signals about the other sex, yet always telling me that we're after the same rainbow's end, waiting round the bend. Thank you, Johnny Mercer.
Thank you, Dick. Those were beautiful words. I second the emotion.
So do I, Steve.
The American song, as we've seen tonight, has surely been our most compelling voice and our most effective ambassador.
Recently, on May 11th, we all paid tribute to its best spokesman, who just celebrated his 100th birthday. You guessed it, Mr. Irving Berlin. He was also a founding father of ASCAP, and to this day has sustained an active interest in the welfare of his colleagues. I know that every songwriter here would agree that Irving Berlin, in addition to being a songwriter's songwriter, was everyone's songwriter.
That's right. Incidentally, as we get right down to business with the great Irving Berlin standard, I'll explain that Dick and I went to grammar school together in Chicago, and we used to fall asleep at night in our separate homes, of course, listening to the music of this great artist of the popular song. You really cannot present an evening like this without saluting the gentleman's genius and the great gift he has given to us all. He wrote, as you know, God Bless America. I'm sure we'll all join in saying, God bless you, Irving Berlin.
While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us to a land so fair as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountain to the prairie, to the ocean white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Land that
congratulations to the audience for its good taste.